let's just start off easy.
Yeah.
What got you into making music? Like, did anything inspire you? Was there a gateway to it?
Yeah. So for me, it was a couple of artists really that and I've always listened to music all my life, but there were a couple of artists where I got to see their behind the scenes process of how they made music, and that alone made me interested in the production aspect even before I became a songwriter myself. And those artists are John Bellion, Kanye, Pharrell. I had seen, I'm sure like other producers have seen these videos too, just videos of them producing, like coming up with All Time Low, coming up with All Falls Down, like Graduation, the album, working on all those things. Pharrell with like just whatever beat he works on, he's insane. But yeah, I would see these and like then I was like, oh, how are they doing it? Oh, it's Logic. I need a DAW. I need this thing. I need audio interface. But yeah, and then like I took in high school. And this is another person that's like I think is very influential on what made me really want to pursue music as a career. Mr. Barber, even though he's like yeah, he's from East or whatever, but he really did push me. He was like, yeah, you can go to school for music. You can be successful at it. And, you know, like, if he hadn't, like, said those things to me, I don't know that I even would have, like, who knows, maybe I would have gone to be a doctor, a lawyer, and then done music on the side. But now I went to school for music, and I'm a better musician for it. To this day, I don't know that I would be, like, the same musician if I didn't go to school for music. So, but at the same time, I wouldn't say, like, anyone needs music school to be an artist. That's like not needed at all. Though just other producers made me interested in producing and seeing how other artists work and stuff.
So you say you were more into production than the actual like lyricism and making music like that? Yeah,
so hip hop is where I started with. I don't make hip hop at all. You know that now, even with my music, or even I can't even remember the last time I made a hip hop beat. But yeah, back then, because that's what I was listening to in high school a lot. Drake, Kanye, Future, Migos, like all these guys. Metro Boomin was a inspiration for how I would do my beats and stuff. But it's crazy to see how far I've come from there. That I can still do that probably if I wanted to, but I don't have to. I can do other things, and I've grown as a person out of just listening to hip-hop. That's how I was once upon a time, and I'll admit that, like, that's just how it was. But now, like, I listen to everything. I listen to pop, I'll listen to K-pop here and there because of Bella. I'll listen to Spanish music, like, I'll listen to anything.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I'll listen to Bad Bunny. If someone shows me something dope and I mess with it, I'll mess with it. And, like, a lot of the artists I listen to even now, like, they're not even mainstream artists. They're artists that are as small as me, maybe, or maybe smaller, or maybe just a couple thousand more than me.
What do you say is the most difficult part of your music making process?
Definitely starting songs. It's such a daunting task to start a song in my opinion, because unless you already have ideas, sometimes ideas are already flowing. Maybe you already have a chord progression in mind, but if I'd say, okay, I want to sit down and make a song today, that's already the scariest thing in my head. That's like me having to go to work at 7 a.m. at McDonald's. That's how daunting that sounds to me, to like say, oh, I need to make a song or whatever. Because it's, and I'll bring this movie up all the time, all the time, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was telling you about this movie. Bro, life is it's just all what ifs, bro. It's crazy. Like, even the what if between whether we did the interview over there, here, bro. It's so, and that's what's scary about the songwriting process to me sometimes. I can do anything. I could do this chord progression, or I could do that chord progression. This chord progression is cool. I could have like a hard ass drum beat over it, or I could just use some soft drums and like make it tight.
Trust me, I know exactly like, what you mean, because I was thinking like, oh, I could do this for a video. Yeah. I could do interviewing this person. Yes. Or I could go downtown and talk to random people. Or oh my god,
shit, yeah. No, but like
there's so many options for what you can do. It like then overwhelms you. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know, and I wonder if other creatives feel that. I'm sure people, like, songwriting is hard for everyone, but I wonder if people get that sense of overwhelming, like, oh, there's so many possibilities.
There's so many ideas,
yeah.
There's so many things flowing, happening. That,
yeah.
Like,
and even when I make the beat, once I make the beat, what am I going to sing on it? Mm-hmm. Do I write about a girl? Do I write about my mental health struggles? Mm-hmm. Do I write about this thing, that thing? Like, what? I could write about any of them. Mm-hmm. There is no right answer or wrong answer, and that's the overwhelming, scary part of it.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's what was the question again for that?
What's the most difficult part of music making process?
It's just that it's overwhelming because of how many what ifs exist out there. But yeah.
What has helped you overcome your hardest battle as an artist?
With that songwriting thing and stuff, and we were talking about this a little earlier, collaboration. Linking with Nico from LA, the producer that I work with now, is the greatest connection I ever made. Like, I made like a great friend, a best friend for life, and also just like someone who's gonna keep helping me grow as an artist, as a musician, who's gonna like challenge me as an artist, as a musician. I feel like just collaboration is like, that helped me. That like saved me from being like, oh, I can't do this. Because it got to a point where I was like, can I even be an artist? Can I really sustain making a bunch of songs by myself all the time? Like, and no, I don't think, at least for me personally, maybe other people can't, but at least for me personally, that collaboration saved like my love for music in a sense. But yeah, explains us better than I could ever do it. But like, there almost is no like point to life. Like, there's no purpose. There is no purpose. You can, sure, if you want to use like people use religion to like say, okay, that gives me purpose, and that's fine. That's good for everyone, and even for me to a certain extent. That I've been trying to like get closer to religion to help me with that, but I don't know. It's not like an end all be all solution. But yeah, I just feel like it's all made up. Everything's made up. It's all like history and like, I don't know. That's how that goes back to music now. Is like, I started to feel like, okay, if nothing's real, what is actually stopping me? What is stopping me?
If nothing matters, why not just do exactly what you want at all times, whenever you want, and pursue anything that you want to do?
Yes, exactly.
Which for you would be music.
Yeah, which would be music, or even. And I've been talking with, like, I've talked to like Sam about this, Nico about this, like other people around me. As much as I want to do music, I want to spread out to other parts of entertainment. I would love to act and shit. You know, I do musicals. I would love, and I've been getting into filmmaking recently. I would love to direct like something, like a Marvel project of something one day. That would be so cool. I've been working this. You better get a scoop, low key. I should talk to you about this, but me and Sam are developing like a TV show.
Really?
A little, like a children's show, even an animated show that would educate people on the music industry. Kids and stuff, because I feel like even with the music industry, people think, oh, you can only be a producer, you can be an artist, that's it. That's the only way you can make a living in the music industry. No, there's tour managers, there's marketing people, there's people who are good at social media alone, there's people who are good at fashion that are contributing.
There's so many different aspects into all these sort of industries that people just don't know about.
In fact, bro, it's so open. My parents don't realize they could work in the industry if they wanted to. The same shit my mom works doing analytics for like a hospital, Hershey Hospital. She could do analytics in the music industry if she really wanted to. My dad, with software architect, whatever, making websites, ye can make a website for an artist. And this doesn't just pertain to music. Whatever you love, you can make a living doing it.
Do you ever think what you're putting out deserves more attention, or what you put out isn't good enough?
Yeah, I think even if you just... I was listening back to my old stuff the other day and comparing it to the new stuff that's not even released or even mic check, and you can like hear me get confident as a vocalist, as an artist, as a lyricist. You can hear it progress, and it's crazy. Like mic check, you can hear me like I'm good with like singing loud, or even Stone Cold Killer or Good Time or whatever. I've just become more and more confident, and that's just a part of the process. You go to the gym, you become more confident every time. You're getting bigger. You see it. You're progressing. I don't know. Yeah, like it's like working out. It's like I would compare it to working out. Like just each song is always gonna feel or look better than the last. Okay.
This one's more of a cultural one.
Okay.
Has being from India but not born in India ever made you feel out of place in any situations?
Yes. I will say, it's kind of swapped. Before, when I was younger, like as a child, like in my actual childhood, like a kid, I always felt like, oh, like, I'm not white. Like, all the characters I see in the TV shows and movies are white. And, I don't know, like, what people who get mad at, like, Captain America being black now, or like Ms. Marvel or She-Hulk, they're like, oh, they're turning all our characters into female color POC people. But no, for someone like, I know it sounds stupid to white people, maybe, but like, yo, like, I watched Ms. Marvel with my entire family this past weekend. Like, I had extended family come from Texas, Michigan. We all loved it. We all saw that looked like us on screen, bro, but with like superhero stuff. Like, that's amazing to see. And
you felt like you had a representation in the superhero world.
When I was younger, it felt very like, oh, I wish I was white. I feel like people would think I'm cooler if I was white. I legit thought that as a kid. That's so crazy to think
I definitely think that's something that foreigners go through as a kid, being like surrounded by so many white people and not around your culture as much, because your parents grew up in that culture, in the Indian culture, around their people, always being around that. And then when we come here, we're just always around white people. We're the minority.
Yeah, we are the
minority.
So
we feel like we should be more like them.
Yeah.
To fit in.
Exactly. And then, like, you know, as I grew up, I started to realize, oh, it's cool. Like, I get 2 sets of food. Yes, I get to eat American food, but I get all this Indian food too. Yeah. You're telling me, yes, I get all these American movies, but I get all these Bollywood movies too. Like, in my teenage years, as I started doing dance in Aria in New Jersey, and being surrounded by more Indian people, even, because that's just something over here that I wasn't. The only Indian people I was surrounded by was my family. I didn't really have like youth people. So as a teenager, meeting a bunch of other Indians and becoming friends with them in New Jersey, it was nice. It made me realize, like Ms. Marvel, like, she learns to fall in love with, oh, I'm cool. Like, it's cool that I'm Indian, that I'm brown, I'm different. That's okay. That's cool as fuck. So yeah, I feel like, sorry, what was the question again?
Have you ever felt out of place? Yeah,
I feel like, when I was younger, I felt very out of place, and then teenager, I started to find it more. But I do find now, in my adult years, so if I had to split it up between youth, teenage, and adult years, young adult, now I find that, like, I don't know, like, my family doesn't, like, they think I'm, like, different. Mm-hmm. They think I'm weird, kinda, in a sense. Like, they're like, yeah, you can't pick whether you're American or Indian. Like you're, I don't know, I don't believe that. I think, like, I can take parts of the Indian aspect, like Indian culture and things. I'm both. Mm-hmm. I am both. I am quite literally both, and I feel like sometimes, like, my family doesn't get that with me being an artist or whatever. Even though they do support me, I feel like internally they don't really, really get it. Mm-hmm.
They try their best to understand, but, like,
they don't true inside, they still feel like, oh, you're kind of a failure because you did it. Like, at least until I make it. But even that, like, and I've talked with a bunch of people about this, making it doesn't mean Justin Bieber level. Mm-hmm. I don't think some people don't even realize that. And even people, my immediate family maybe realizes that, but I would say my extended family doesn't. They see me doing music and they think, oh, it's just this little thing he does. And he's not really getting anywhere with it. Mm-hmm. But no, like, Dominic Fike and Omar are making a living off of music, but they're not Justin Bieber level. Yeah, they have their own fan base. Steve Lacy too. He's not Justin Bieber level, but he's still successful. People know him. He has a fan base. So I feel like there's the definition of, like, what's American and Indian, like, it differs on the people. Like, Americans might think I'm super Indian, but my family thinks I'm American as hell. So, I don't know. Those are times when I felt out of place. In my youth, I felt Indian. Youth, I felt like I want to be white. Teenager, I felt proud to be Indian. And now I'm like, I feel like not understood by my family, if that makes sense, because I'm both. But yeah,
I've definitely experienced that before.
Yeah,
because over this past winter I took a trip to Ecuador with my family.
Yeah,
and there was like a language barrier, so all my family, like, none of them spoke English because they've never been to America. And whenever I would try to talk to them, it's like broken Spanish, and some things I wouldn't be able to understand that they're saying. I'd have to like look at my sister to translate or something, and I would just feel like disconnected from them. Like I didn't have a genuine connection to those people, even though they were family. They did love me. They do want to like understand me, but we just can't. Because of it. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And, yo, it's that language barrier thing. It's really crazy because, like, they might legit love you, yo. They don't know how to... They legit just can't put it into words that you would understand. Like that... Yeah, that just sucks. It's crazy. We're in 2020. Like, there's no way... I know this is sci-fi shit, but, like, there should be a universal translator by now or something, like something even in the phones. There's apps to
there's so many languages and different dialects, though. It would take so much to do that. But I definitely think it would be cool to do that.
But I guess
because you got to go through every single dialect, every single like language there is